Huh. So let's see if anyone shows up. Let's see if anyone shows up. Hey, Pokemon Trainer Salad. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully someone can hear me. Hello, Patty Murphy, Deca Red, Nick Cooper. You guys can hear me, right? So dark. Wow. Oh, well. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's actually kind of dark in here now that I look at it on here. Wow. It's been a while since I've done a live stream at nighttime, so cool. But I hope everyone is doing well, getting ready for the holiday or whatever it is you celebrate. I've been pretty busy myself. I have currently rendering my SSSS Gridman review. Look forward to that hopefully tomorrow. And then I'm just waiting on Silver Quill to get me something he was doing for my Christmas review, my Christmas video. And I should hopefully have that up and scheduled for release for next Thursday night for Christmas Eve. So I just figured I've got nothing better to do right now because dinner's cooking is going to be cooking for like the next 2 hours, 2.5, 2 hours. And then I have to put the food in the crock pot. So I've got some time to kill for a live stream Q&A. I don't know. I'll try to get through every question, but if my dinner gets done, I'll have to just leave it as that. But okay, let's see. Chandler Chamberlain, welcome. Who would win in a fight? Frankenstein's monster or the Wolfman? I would say the Wolfman because he is fast, can tear apart Frankenstein's monster. The monster is just slow moving. Well, I mean, actually, I'm going based on the Universal one, not the original Prometheus Unbound one from Mary Shelley, who was like very fluid and pretty and all this stuff. But if it's the what you call it, the Universal Frankenstein, then yes, Wolfman would win. Nick Ram, hi, hey yo kaiju, hello. Shay Smithers, hey yeah, I'm hearing ya, cool. Mr. Toku, hello. Advent Nebula, I'll be over around 2 on Saturday for Ultraman, sounds good. Dazbrai, hiya, I just checked in, Merry Christmas to you too. Man, it really does look so dark. I mean, I've only got that light and that light, well, and then those lights. So interesting. Let's see. Just let me slow this chat down so I can read everything. Okay. Decorated. What's for dinner? I'm having seafood chipopino, something like that. It's this really good seafood dish that it's like you cook it in a crock pot. It's like this tomato saucy type ingredients, and then it has shrimp and fish in there, and it's really good. It's so good. Pokemon Trainer Salad. I'm going on winter break next week, so I decided to watch Mabius, Kuga, Kabuto, and O's back to back. Nice. I've watched a lot of stuff back to back recently. I showed Krellica Ultraman Tiga for the very first time, so we watched that. Then we went to SSSSS Gridman or SSSSSSSSSSSS Gridman. So Magi Ranger, Psycho. I watched episodes 4 to 8 today of Magi Ranger, so I'm slowly making my way through the series. Patty Murphy, SSSSSSS Gridman, but every time calls it a, I guess, but everyone calls it a mech anime. You add an extra S. Yeah, I just like to add. In fact, I make a joke about that in my review where I'm just like, yeah, you just can't. It feels weird to just stop at 4 S's. Let's see. Nick Cooper. Hey, Kaiju no Kami. Hello. Which Power Ranger series was better than the Sentai counterpart? SPD and RPM. Yeah, those would be the only ones I would pick. But yeah, SPD and RPM. Cycle. What tokus do you plan to review next year? So next year, I am going to review Maji Ranger, which, as I already said, is I've already started. Bokinger. If Wandering Moonbeams finishes Turbo Ranger next year, I will review Turbo Ranger. And if they finish Turbo Ranger, I will review Gokaiger. I really want to save Gokaiger till I have all the series that lead up to it done, so it can be kind of like a type of celebration for getting all those done. Obviously, Ultraman Taro and anything else that Mill Creek releases. I'm planning to review Space Sheriff Shiravin, the second one. Maybe I'll get to the third one. We'll see. I'm going to do another modern Sentai series. I'm not sure if it will be Zyuohger or something else. It might be Go Busters, so then I can finally then watch Beast Morphers. And then I want to review the Ultraman cartoon Hanna-Barbera cartoon movie that came out. The Adventure Begins, I think it was called. And we'll go from there. I'm hoping I can squeeze another Kamen Rider series in next year, but we'll see. Jake Schuster, Merry Christmas. Same to you, man. What Lightning Collection figures are you getting? Well, I actually just got a lot. I had just got the Green Ranger, Pumpkin Wrapper, King Sphinx, the SPD Blue and Alpha Squad Blue 2-pack, and then the Astronema and Mega Red or In Space Red 2-pack. So I did a bunch of pictures for those, posted them all on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I actually just got the Amazon exclusive Storm Shadow for the G.I. Joe line today. But yeah, for Lightning Collection, I have pre-ordered SPD Pink, and I think that's the last. And the new edition for Lost Galaxy Red, which I wasn't going to buy, but he comes with a rocket launcher. He comes with a rocket launcher. Is this the Scorn? Is this the DC Universe? Kaiju no Kami, so dark. I'm Kaiju no Kami. Oh wait, that's the Nolan movies. That's not like super dark. No, actually, if I want to do the Zack Snyder stuff, I apparently have to bleep myself out because of all the F-bombs I'm going to be spouting off. Mr. Toku, what's your take on Tokusatsu getting anime adaptations like Ultraman on Netflix? Well, the Ultraman adaptation on Netflix is actually based on the manga, so I think that works better as an anime, although I wish they would not use that CGI animation. If it's Gridman, I thought SSSSS Gridman was phenomenal as an anime adaptation of a Toku show. So if it's more like Gridman, then I am all for it. I always talk about how I think Go Lion or Voltron in America was like an anime version of Toku, so I love that as well. All right, let's see. So I hope that answers your question. Alasta 6531. Hope you will have a good holiday this year. I hope you do as well. Nipcron 002. Have you seen the suit for Zenkaiser from Zenkaiger? I have. It looks like Akiba Ranger and Big One did the fusion dance together. I'm curious about it. I'm still a little reserved for Zenkaiger because I don't think I really want another crossover series like Gokaiger, but we'll see what happens. If it's anything like what Kira Major's been doing, oh Christ, it might be really, really good. I don't know if you guys have seen on Twitter and Facebook I posted Krelika and I yesterday finally caught up on Kira Major. We watched episodes 28 to 35, and there was some really wicked camera work in some of those episodes, and I had posted one that was just incredible because it seemed like something that was ripped right out of Ultraman. Where the Rangers, there's a battle going on the ground and a mech battle in the background, and it's just seamlessly put together. It's like, wow, whoever did these action scenes knew exactly what they were doing, because even though those mech battles have to be green screen, the fact that the characters on the ground are also reacting to what's going on is incredible. Tyler Ward, how do you feel about the gender bend in Dino Fury? I don't care that they change the gender. It's not like Power Rangers hasn't done it before. My only thing is, if you want the figures, when they do like the figures, it's like, oh great, so now I'm going to get a female green figure instead of a male one. That kind of stinks, because that's the only issue I have with the Mighty Morphin. And then when they get to it, Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed Rescue, and Time Force, is what having female Yellow Ranger bodies, especially for Time Force, because technically the Yellow Ranger is supposed to be like really beefy and super strong, but the figure is going to be very petite like they've been doing. So I'm hoping maybe they'll do do a second female body for bigger female figures, and I'm hoping they do maybe more of a slim down male body, especially when they get to like the Alien Rangers, because they were not super bulky. So I'm hoping they do start doing some additional body types for the Sentai line. I would love it though if they did male versions of the Yellow Rangers, and they could pull it off as being Super Mega Force versions of male Rangers in those costumes. So I don't care that they changed the gender. I was just like, oh, okay, we haven't done that in a long time. And I mean, I guess it makes sense to do it for Green, because of Green being the smallest of the group, I guess, as it were. Garp. Perfect name for this question. One Piece is finally on Pluto TV. That's awesome. I kind of jumped ship on the One Piece anime, but I still love the movies and I love the manga. Pokemon Trainer, since you're doing SSSSSSSS Gridman, will you be doing OG Gridman? I will when not Subaraya. It's Mill Creek releases it on Blu-ray. I'm just gonna wait until that happens. Since they were supposed to be bringing it out, I kind of cheated and used some footage from my review of the old series in the. I ripped the footage from the YouTube videos for my production stuff in the anime adaptation. So you're going to have the Subaraya channel logo on there. Wasn't too pleased I had to do that because there's no way to get rid of that logo, but whatever. It is what it is. It's like maybe 45 seconds to a minute. Let's see. Mike Silva, Merry Christmas. Same to you. Garp, if you're wondering what I am doing for the holidays, I'm going to watch One Piece and get Beyblades. Sounds awesome. Enjoy. Let me. What episode of One Piece are you at? And have you been following it? Like, are you up to date? Are you just catching up now? Have you read the manga? Because I don't want to say anything until I know exactly where you are. Mike Sought Garp, Patty Murphy. I'm watching Ultraman Nexus for the first time. Nexus is a good show. Very good show. Although it makes some mistakes in the middle arc. I want to say it was the middle arc where I felt like the arc was just meandering around and then just suddenly became this rush job. But Nexus is a really good show. I liked it a lot. How would you rank the Universal Frankenstein series? Ooh, okay. So obviously, for number one is the original Frankenstein with Boris Karloff. Got to be number one. That's just, even without it, even though it doesn't have any music, it's number one for me. It has atmosphere, it has suspense, it keeps you on the edge of your seat, so definitely number one. Number two would be Son of Frankenstein. I feel it is the most fleshed out of the Frankenstein films. It has a lot of character development, actually builds things up, has suspense in there, and does some really interesting ideas with how all the characters go about their ways. Then I would say Bride of Frankenstein, which I love, but I do feel it gets a little too silly at times. So sometimes it feels more like a horror comedy to me than an actual horror movie. After that would be House of Frankenstein. Or no. Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. Then House of Frankenstein. And then The Ghost of Frankenstein. And then House of Dracula. Ghost of Frankenstein was an interesting one for me because that was like the only movie in the entire series I had never seen and seemed to be the hardest one to find because it would never air on TV. None of my video rental stores had it on VHS to rent. So it was a really weird one. And finally, and I always wondered how Frankenstein ended up in ice for Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, like when he starts off. So finally, getting to see, when I got to see, I was like, oh, okay, so that fills in the gap. I gotcha. Let's see. Watching Pluto TV for family ties. Cool, Mike. Watching One Piece, Psycho. How's Maji Ranger going? I really love that Sentai. I think I already answered that for you, so you probably posted that beforehand. If not, if you didn't hear it, let me know again. Cool, Garp. Favorite Phase 2 Kamen Rider for Heisei? Double. Double is still my favorite of all the Phase 2 Heisei stuff, followed by Gaim, and then probably O's and Forze. Although Forze might have a better series than O's, I love the gimmick of O's better than Forze. Is Shay Smithers, is Tiga out on Blu-ray yet? It is not. I just was really in the mood to watch it. I really wanted to show it to Corellica, so I downloaded fan subs for it that were HD TV rips, and we watched it. It was I was well worth it. I did take down notes so that when the Blu-rays come out, I don't have to fully take down notes when I ever go to review it when the Blu-ray does eventually come out. But no, I just wanted to watch it just because I've been craving to watch it for like the last several years. Watch 16 Sentai series. Mike, that's awesome. Keep it up. You're a third of the way there. Jesus, just think about that though. You've watched 16 series and you're only a third of the way there. That's kind of depressing. That's like saying, I got through 100 episodes of One Piece. Yeah, there's still 800 more to go, but I've got the 100 done. Of course, I'm also like, I have 32 Sentai series reviewed. I still have 13 more to go. Well, as of this time, 11 more to go that are completed. 11 more. That's still over 1,000 episodes. All right. Finally, an anime series I don't have to see reruns. I don't mind that, though. I actually like shorter series because I like to be able to watch series over and over again. Like, I've watched Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, both of those seasons. Ooh. Well, I don't know, 18 times since it came out. I watched Gankutsu, which was 24 episodes, about 25 times. Yeah, 25 times because I loved that show. Go Line I've seen a couple times. Escaflowne I've watched multiple times. Cowboy Bebop I've watched multiple times. Gundam Wing, I used to love that show, and I would rewatch that show every summer for about 10 years. And then I started to like it less and less. And last time I watched it, I was like, yeah, okay. This is not as good as I thought it was. But anyway, so I would rather have a shorter series that I can enjoy over and over than one that goes on and on and on to the point where I never want to rewatch it again. Let's see. Das Brai. Just found out Figure Arts Kamen Rider Stronger for Christmas. Haha, my mom. So you're getting the Stronger Figure Art for Christmas? That's awesome. I don't know if I don't think they've done a new one. So it's probably the old one, which I had, and that was one of my favorite figure arts for the Showa era Kamen Riders. Mr. Toku, when you get to it, will you review Akiba Ranger because the show is hysterical? I love Akiba Ranger. I am actually trying to. I'm wanting to save Akiba Ranger to be my final Sentai review, or at least my final Sentai review after I've reviewed every series up to that current moment in time. I want Akiba Ranger to be like the grand finale for finishing off all the Sentai series before it. So I mean, like right now, let's say I've been trending 5 to 7 Sentai series a year. Let's just say I managed to do 5 series next year, and so that would take me up to 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, and by that point 45 would be out, would be finished. So let's say by 2023 I actually caught up on Sentai, then I would review Akiba Ranger. Unless some reason I decide suddenly, oh man, I really, really want to just watch Akiba Ranger now. And it's possible that might happen. But yeah, I love that show. Haven't seen Maji Ranger and Bokinger. They're okay. Pokemon Trainer. What's your favorite Toku before Die Ranger? My favorite Toku before Die Ranger, Kamen Rider Black. If we want to talk about before Kamen Rider Black, it would probably be Just Beyond. Probably Just Beyond. No, actually, no. Flashman. Flashman would be... Oh, wait. What am I thinking? No. I'm going way back. Well, let's go back farther. Ultra 7. Ultra 7 would be my favorite Toku series before Die Ranger. Then would be Kamen Rider Black and Flashman and stuff. And Jew Ranger. Because technically, I guess, Jew Ranger. Wow. Jew Ranger, Jetman. Hello, duh. But Ultra 7 would probably be my favorite earliest Toku series. Alesta6531. What are your thoughts on Super Riot Productions trying to get Ultraman more well-known in America, like how Godzilla is well-known? I think it's great. I love it. I love what they're doing. I wish Toei would take notes and do this with Kamen Rider and Sentai and Metal Heroes. And I wish somebody would do it with Garo as well, because for some reason the Garo releases just stopped, which sucked. It's like they could have at least, Kraken could have at least finished the Koga movie. So I love that Subaru is trying to get Ultraman very popular in the U.S., and I think it's going to work out. I'm really hoping this does this entire Toku boom that has been slowly happening for the last several years. I would love to see Toku become as popular in America in the next 2 years as anime did into the early 2000s in America. Thoughts on the new Sentai leak from Deca Red? Like I said, it's like Big One and Aka Ranger combined, so we'll see. Psycho, will you ever redo a review like Jew Ranger, Die Ranger, and Kaku Ranger? I probably won't re-review Kaku Ranger because that was the first one I started in this modern format. But Jew Ranger and Die Ranger, I may eventually re-review because they're in the older format, and Jew Ranger taught me how not to review a TV series. So I'm sure at some point I will end up re-reviewing those two, especially if they were to ever get a Blu-ray release in America or something. Then I would probably just go, you know what, I'm going to re-review these shows. Kaku Ranger, probably not. I don't think there's much I could really improve upon in my Kaku Ranger review other than obviously audio, but that's just par for the course. Mike Silva, Go Busters looks like a good Sentai. It's better than most of what came after it. Hanna-Barbera made an Ultraman cartoon, Penny Murphy? Yeah, there was I think it was Hanna-Barbera. It was called Ultraman The Adventure Begins. It was an animated movie. It's 75 minutes long. I downloaded a Blu-ray rip of it. So yes, I've been wanting to watch that and do a review of that as a movie style review. Don McCullen, enjoyed your American Ultraman review. Thank you. I hope you guys had fun with, wow, not Toward the Future, Powered Ultimate Hero. Yes. I hope you guys had fun with Ultimate Hero. I kind of had fun with it. So you come around on Pumpkin Rapper. It's I will say of the G2 monsters, I do think Pumpkin Rapper is the best of them because he's the most uniquely designed character. I'm not into the rap stuff, but I do think Michael Sorich does a fantastic performance as the monster. I think he's just the most interesting compared to, because a lot of the G2 monsters were like, we had a bee, we had fish, we had, well, insects, so bee, stag beetle, with Grumblebee, Stag Beetle, the Mantis Monster. Then we had the birds, Peckster, the two-headed parrot, which I know the toy gave a name to. Then we had apes. We had other animals. And piranha fish. Pumpkin Rapper was like the only one that was completely unique. So I would say he's my favorite of the G2 monsters. I just cringe at it because of how bad the rap music is. She Smithers. And the figure is pretty cool, though. And I also did support, I would have actually supported any Monster of the Week. Bandai. Hasbro did in their Monster line for the first wave because it's their first wave and I want them to do well so that they can give us more monsters. I'm just hoping they do a cut. I'm just hoping they don't do as many G2 monsters until they get a majority of other monsters who were from the Japanese versions, not just Jew Ranger, but I would like to see them do monster figures all across the board. Time Force, Lost Galaxy. I think Captain Mutiny would be a perfect figure for this line because of how many original pieces he would need and how big he'd have to be. Others like Ecliptor, Darkonda, they would work better in the normal Lightning Collection line. Let this one be Monsters of the Week unless they need to be a deluxe-sized monster. Shay Smithers, have you ever played the Mass Effect series of games? I have not. When I was interested, I didn't have, my 360 was long dead, so I never played the original. And then by the time they brought the original game out to PlayStation, I just didn't care anymore because the third game happened and I heard about all the negativity towards the ending, and I had decided, you know what, I'd rather play something else I'm going to fully enjoy instead than trying Mass Effect. So it's just not my type of thing, and I don't like supporting EA. Nipcron002, have you heard of they're going to do 10 series for Marvel and Star Wars on Disney Plus? I have mixed thoughts on them. I'm interested in the Captain America Winter Soldier one. I might be interested in the Loki one because I heard it's going to be a crime drama. The Star Wars ones, I'm only really interested in the period of Star Wars of the Empire. So like basically just before A New Hope, maybe right after Revenge of the Sith. I guess that would be that area up through around the time of The Mandalorian takes place during. So the ones that take place around those time span, I would be interested in more so than the ones that are not. And if I see any series do like something about the First Order, I am out. I'm like, nope. Unless they do in The Mandalorian, then I might not go out. But if there's a series like on the First Order's building, I'm gonna be like, nope, I'm not watching it. All right. Star Wars is overrated. There's a lot of things that can be overrated. I just think Star Wars has the worst fan base because they treat everything like it has to be. They have this such skewed headcanon that nothing is acceptable to them unless it fits in with their own headcanon. I guess that's the nicest way to put it. Psycho, how come you aren't getting the Dino Thunder or Zeo Rangers? I don't like I'm mostly, except for SPD because it's my favorite Power Ranger series, I'm mostly sticking to my top 10 Sentai series figures. I just don't have room to collect every team. I do think the Zeo Ranger toys look nice, but I don't like that they don't come with short versions of their batons. So having them come with extended batons that are hanging down their leg just really ruin the aesthetic for me because it looks like they're going. I just don't know how they can fight with that hitting their legs all the time. It's like they're going to be tripping over it. So if Hasbro ever does like a box set that has shortened batons for their belt holster, maybe I'll buy the Zeo Rangers. But right now, my plan, I just want to stick to what's within the range of my top 10 Sentai series or my SPD because it's my top favorite Power Ranger series. Let's see. Jimmy Jonathan Lee. Hey man, how are you doing in the twilight weeks of the year of hell known as the 2020? Good-ish, I guess. Fine. Have some weird things going on with some friends doing some weird stuff. But, which is kind of annoying. Friends not answering texts when we're trying to, what you call it? Trying to coordinate Christmas get-togethers. But, whatever. Other than that, good. I've been working on a lot of videos, so right now I was sitting here like an hour ago bored out of my mind because I have no videos to work on and I didn't want to watch any more Maji Ranger. So I was like, you know what? Let's do a live stream. Dino Charge. Oh, I have no interest in Dino Charge at all because one, I don't like Kyoruger and I haven't watched Dino Charge, period. So that's why I'm not buying the Dino Charge figures. Psycho. New York Gaming, have you ever watched Husband Hotel? I have not New York Gaming, but I have watched the pilot episode to Hell of a Boss. I just learned there's 2 new episodes to Hell of a Boss, so I want to check those out. But I have not watched Husband Hotel. Mike, Psycho, what do you mean? Do you mean Abba Ranger, Deca Ranger? That's what he was talking about. Or O Ranger, yes. He was referring to the figures from those series, Mike. Kamen Rider 001. Do you like Asuna? She's my favorite Pink Ranger so far. Asuna. Oh! In Kira Major. No, not Kira Major. That's... Wait. Oh, crap. Asuna is... Now my mind's going a blank. I'll come back to you. Asuna. Which Pink Ranger is Asuna? I don't know why. Asuna. Pink Ranger. Why am I drawing a blank? Ranger. Oh, wait. That was Ryuso. Yeah, that was Ryu Soldier. I hate everything Ryu Soldier related. But Asuna, it's the nicest way to put this. Asuna had potential, but in the long run, she was just there because she was the female. I mean, even there's one episode where even one guy says, Asuna, you're pretty. And then he moves on to talk about the traits of other characters. So, yeah, nah, I didn't like Asuna. She wasn't horrible, though. She's one of the better, more recent Pink Rangers. Go Lion Voltron is basically an animated Sentai. I agree, Don. That's why I love it so much. Have you seen the Star Wars Holiday Special? Yes, I have. I watched it back in like 2009. That was a thing. That was terrible. And when people talk about how horrible the new movie trilogy is, I'm like, yeah, but it's not as bad as the Holiday Special. Well, no. Rise of Skywalker. I don't know. But yes, I have seen the Holiday Special. It's pretty bad. The most entertaining thing about it were the commercials. thoughts on Go Lion? From what I've seen, I've enjoyed it, but the gore threw me off a bit when I first saw it. Pokemon Trainer, I love Go Lion. It's one of my favorite anime series. I've been a fan of it since I saw it as Voltron. I just love the whole concept. And like when Power Rangers first came out, I was like, oh my god, this is like a live action Voltron. Not knowing it was technically reversed, but so now I'm like, yeah, Go Lion's like an anime version of Super Sentai. Shay Smithers, how big of a Resident Evil fan that you are? What's your opinions on other survival horror series like Silent Hill, Dead Space, or The Evil Within? I love the first 3 Silent Hill games. I love the first Silent Hill movie. I feel like the first Silent Hill movie is the best video game movie ever. I should say thus far, because obviously they're not going to stop making video game movies. But I think Silent Hill is a really good series that got shafted. They just didn't know what to do with it after the 3rd game. I mean, the 4th game technically wasn't even a Silent Hill game. They just decided, hey, let's throw Silent Hill on here and make some wording Silent Hill. Dead Space seems like the first 2 seem like a cool game series, but again, the 3rd one just threw it off because that microtransactions in EA, so I never touched it. Evil Within, I was curious about, but when I watched footage on it, I was just like, I just don't think I'm going to like this. I actually don't even have an interest in playing Resident Evil 7, nor Resident Evil 8, since it's supposed to be more like 7. But yeah, I like Silent Hill. I got to get the new Blu-ray release for the first movie. That should be on my list of things to get at some point. I really liked the first movie. The Super Taran Show. I'm going to move over a bit. Let's just keep it there. Just because I'm sick of sitting in one place. Let's see. Super Taran Show. How would you feel if the Blue Ranger was leader? For which series for Blue Ranger? I guess I should. Maybe you went. But yeah, tell me which series. Or do you just mean in general? I think it'd be fine either way. I don't have a preference on which color is the leader as long as the leader's competent. Jimmy Jonathan Lee, speaking of mecha, how you feel about the upcoming 5-part G-Reco compilation remake series that Tomino is working on? I'm hoping it fixes the narrative issues that we had with the series itself, because I enjoyed the Reconquista series. I don't think it was perfect, but I liked that it didn't hold your hand with countless amounts of exposition, but at the same time, I think it could use a little exposition. And the hard part is, I think Reconquista really needs to be dubbed in English, because there's a lot of side conversations that go on in the show that tell about the world that they're in, because there is no exposition, and because obviously being translated in subs, the subs are only going to translate the main dialogue, so you lose those side conversations that talk about the world they live in. So, but I'm hoping, I'm really interested to seeing the Reconquista movies when they come out, and I hope they get dubbed. Garp, stop talking about Power Rangers or Sentai because they are both boring. Sorry, can't help you there. That's my main focus of the channel right now, so hey. Cooley, Geo Busy. Hey, I'm new here. Have you ever watched Sentai Gold Ranger or Jaka? I have watched Gold Ranger and Jaka, and I have reviewed them both. Check out my reviews. Rampage fan subs had reviewed Gold Ranger, and who did I have the Jaka from? Who did I get Jaka from? Oh my god, I can't think of who I watched Jaka. Who fans of Jaka? It wasn't Rampage. Was it Metallic? Could have been Metallic. Because Metallic did Flashman, Gogol 5, Denjimon, Sun Vulcan. No, they didn't do Sun Vulcan. That was Taiyo subs. I don't remember who I got Jaka from. Geo Busy, Single Ranger, Great Sentai. Jimmy Jonathan Lee. Also, was Reconquista really that bad of a show? At least had interesting ideas and characters. At least Tomino was trying something new. Yeah, like as I was saying, I really enjoyed Reconquista. I liked that it tried something new. My biggest issue was it didn't seem to have any direction with it. And then the stuff that just occurred in the last several in the whole stuff in space with the sibling revelation just kind of felt out of the blue, which I understand that the show was actually supposed to be 50 episodes and was just cut down to 25 at the last minute, or like at like episode 15, I think it was. They told them, "Oh, you're gonna have to wrap this up in 10 episodes." So I feel like that really hurt the show. But I liked it. I think it's one of the better Gundam. Well, not one of the better Gundam series, but I think it's better than a lot of the alternate universe Gundam series. Garp, there is. It's substance like the end of 2019-20. Oh, yeah, okay. Patty Murphy, did you see them made a live action suit for? Yes. Or wait, no, I have not seen the live action suit for that. So no, I have not seen that. That sounds cool though. Garp, I had a funny dream that MeTV was airing Jaka. GL Busy, Mike, I love Gold Ranger cast. Jaka's an narrative one in my opinion. I'm glad. I'm happy you liked it. It was not for me. Frankenstein, also movie. Hey Kaiju, how is going from Kamen Rider 64? Same as always. I can tell that these are. I'm backlogged as usual because I go through everything. Because I don't like the YouTube. I mean, it's nothing wrong if you've got like 1 million people on the chat. I totally understand not being able to cover everybody's questions, but I'd like to try to cover everyone's questions. Iman, what's your opinion of Destrodos from Ultraman Z? I'm not sure yet. Will depend on how it's all done in the final episode. I just feel like Zet is not even anywhere near completion. I feel like it should still have like another 10 or so episodes to go. I feel like this is like the early or the halfway point to the series. So we'll see. We're planning to. Advent's going to be over on Saturday, so we're planning to do a final Ultraman Z video, along with hopefully talking about the first several episodes to the Absolute Conspiracies. Mike Cool, Busy, GL Busy, in Sbizma. Where is Shinobi from? Middle East. Kamen Rider 64. Guess what? Today's actually my birthday. Well, happy birthday, Kamen Rider 64. Why are you spending your birthday listening to me rant when you should wait, quarantine COVID? Never mind. I guess you can't go anywhere for your birthday. Okay, cool. Hope you have a good birthday without the being able to go out. Pokemon Turna, I want to do a Toku reviews, but I'm not sure if I should start with Ultra Q or start with OG Kamen Rider. It's up to you. Ultra Q obviously has more easy access depending how you want to do your review. OG Kamen Rider is in America, but there's no physical release, so it depends on how you want to go about the reviews or not. And if you want to do something, tackle something shorter, because obviously Kamen Rider's 98 episodes versus Ultra Q's 27, I would say go with Ultra Q since it's shorter, but it's totally up to you and how you want to approach the reviews. So yes, I would say do that. Wow, that didn't help at all. I would say Ultra Q probably first because you can get a physical copy and then you can show clips easily. For OG Kamen Rider, you could download fan subs, but it's up to you and how you feel about all that stuff. Jimmy Jonathan Lee, question about Toku writers. How do you feel about Yasuko Kobayashi? Do you prefer her writer work or her Sentai work? I have mixed feelings on Kobayashi. When she is great, she is amazing. When she sucks big time. Or then she's also sometimes average. Like Gingaman and Time Ranger, phenomenal series. Shinkenger, really, really good, a really good series. Go Busters, not so much. Kamen Rider Ryuki, quite good. I haven't watched Ryuki in about 10 years though, so I'm hoping it still holds up beyond just being awesome because it was my first Kamen Rider series. Den-O, not so much. O's. Wait, Den-O was her, right? Yeah, Den-O was her. O's, a lot of great ideas. My favorite gimmick of Kamen Rider, but the show felt like it was a different show in the second half than it was in the first half. Like when that puppet dude came in, I felt like I was watching a different show. I felt like the Greeds just became second nature, second rate villains, that they were B-listers all of a sudden. They weren't the focus of the show. This puppet dude was, and Ura got shafted. Ura should have been the main villain, not this puppet guy. Technically, I think Ankh should have been the main villain, but hey, whatever. That's just me. And I think her anime adaptations are also hit or miss at times. She did a horrible job with Claymore. I don't know what possessed her to have Claymore go the route it did, where you could never even continue adapting it from the manga. Attack on Titan, I think she started out fine, but from what I hear, there's been a lot of mess ups for the last few seasons. I've only watched the first season of Attack on Titan and read the first 15 or so volumes of the manga. So I can't say I can't really speak on it, but I heard that she messed up a little bit in the Attack on Titan adaptation. All right. Pokemon Trainer says, happy birthday, Kamen Rider 64. Ian Sabesma. Also in Thunder Mask, Kanda was played by Miss who played Heart Monster in Battle Fever J and Ushioni in Kaku Ranger. Masao Imanishi. That's awesome. I think I read about that, but it was hard. No, actually, I didn't read about that because I didn't really see anyone I forget what it was. Gingaman Time Ranger rocks. Bye. Got to go. See ya, Mike. Or, well, you're probably long gone by now, but thanks for joining. Oh, I'm back. Okay. Thanks, Pokemon Trainer Salad. Least favorite Kamen Rider Jingo. Kamen Rider Jingo from Deca Red. What do you mean by Jingo? Do you mean like the Henshin device stuff? Saber? Anything Saber sucks, so let's just go with Saber. I caught up with One Piece last year. That's awesome, Patty. Mr. Toku, to be honest, if Jucka stuck with the crime drama tone, it might have been better than it's portrayed. I agree. It should have. It really. They just had no idea what they wanted to do with it. It wanted to be crime drama, then it wanted to be Gold Ranger, then it wanted to be a comedy, and it doesn't work. She Smithers, favorite villains from anime shows. Ooh, favorite villains. Delandau from Escaflowne. Haman Karn from Gundam, who is my favorite Gundam character overall. Let's see. Prince Syncline or Lotor from Go Lion Voltron. Let's see. What else should I talk about? Frieza from Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z. King Piccolo from King Piccolo and Tao Pai Pai from the original Dragon Ball series. Makishima from Psycho Pass. Vicious from Cowboy Bebop. Ellen Gabriel from Big O. Chloe from Noir. Let's see. Let's see some other favorite villains. I mean, Monte Cristo, if you count Monte Cristo as a villain, because he's technically a villain of his own series. Lelouch is technically the villain of Code Geass, so Lelouch, or as I like to call him, Ledouche. Let's see, other favorite anime villains. There's someone I'm really forgetting. Someone big I am forgetting. Who or what is it? Let's see. Not Fullmetal Alchemist. Although my favorite in Alchemist would be I don't know. There's a lot of good ones in Alchemist. Probably Wrath, because Bradley is pretty awesome in Alchemist. Who would be another? Let's see. Any other favorite villains I can think of before I? No, that'd be a Silent Mobius spoiler. Can't do that one. But if you know Silent Mobius, you could probably guess who I'm talking about. Actually, I really liked Akane from SSSS's Gridman. She was pretty messed up. She's what Saki should have been in Ultraman Rube. There's a billion others I could probably cover, but since I don't want to spend, since I'm not as much free time as I normally have for these live streams. I mean, I still got an hour, over an hour before I got to check my food, and an hour and a half before it's done. But still, I'm gonna end right there for the anime villains. I hope those worked for you. Man, there's someone in my head though that's just not like clicking. Did you see the Zenkaiser leak? Yes, Jake, I have. I talked about it earlier. I'm curious but reserved. Saw clips of Bokinger, cool on YouTube, Tekaren, and just think they're coming out every year. So if you think about it, you'll never be done. Yeah, that my thing, Deca Red, is as long as I can actually kind of catch up where I'm like a couple series, because my main goal is by 2025, my goal is to have all the way through Lupin Ranger reviewed. So it's not like I'm planning to that I have this thing that I need to have every series reviewed right away. But my goal is to review up through Lupin versus Pot by 2025 for the 50th anniversary. Obviously, I'm practically ahead of schedule, but I mean, I don't want to stop reviewing a Sentai show for a year. But at the same time, if I decided, you know what, I'm sick of Sentai for this year, then I would, it would be fine. All right. Patty Murphy. I think Turbo Ranger's the last Sentai that needs to be subbed, so maybe I'll be a madman and marathon every Sentai when that's subbed. Good luck. I have marathoned a lot of Sentai series. All right. Mike, bye for real. All right, Mike, see ya. I watch DBZ a lot, only on the movies. DBZ is a tough show to watch because there's a lot of dragging. I say it's called drag on Ball Z because it drags a lot. The movies aren't so great, except for, well, the newer movies are good. But I own the anime series, but if I would rather, if I really wanted to, reread the manga and then and then watch the movies. Kind of like what I do with One Piece now. I read the manga and I watch the movies. Garp. I hate Sentai. I kind of figured that. Super Tavern Show. Do you watch My Hero Academia? I do not. And the reason is I have One Piece. And the author from My Hero Academia just stated he wants to surpass One Piece. So that kind of killed any interest I may have had in My Hero Academia. Because I don't need another One Piece. Oh, One Piece. Yeah, there's One Piece villains. My favorite villains for One Piece is Crocodile. Crocodile is my favorite villain, followed by Don Do Flamingo. And she's not a villain, but she's a pirate lord, Boa Hancock. All right. Schuster, Dio. My Hero Academia is garbage. Patty Murphy. I heard Akiba Ranger is like the comedy Gokaiger, aka the more series you've seen, the more jokes you'll get. Yes, it is. Akiba Ranger is a fun show all around. It was a nighttime show. It was actually made for the people who grew up on the older Sentai shows. But yeah, it's the Red Ranger's basically like Gokai Silver was, where he's a big Super Sentai fanboy. Only in the Akiba Ranger universe, Sentai is an actual TV show, but it also kind of technically exists. So it's really, really funny, especially when they start doing like these, when time has been altered in America, started Power Rangers, and Super Sentai was a copycat of Power Rangers. So it's worth watching. Jimmy Jonathan Lee. Do you think all the long-running franchises should have a definitive endpoint? The reason is that eventually the long runners will fall the trap relying on safe nostalgia. Oh, like Doctor Who. Wow. Actually, I would say that's not safe nostalgia, but that's more like fuck you nostalgia. I think everything needs to come to an end at some point. I feel like it's better for something to end on a high note than end when nobody gives a damn anymore. Simpsons. Simpsons. Sorry, I got something stuck in my throat there. It's also affecting my hearing. Not really, but since I'm not hearing anything from this. Let's see. Darth Madeira. Hey, Kaiju, wasn't expecting a Q&A so soon. Actually, this Q&A is later than I want. I was actually going to do the Q&A on Saturday, but I decided to finish quality checking my Christmas review. And I had nothing to do right now because I'm done working on videos for the moment. So I was like, yeah, what the hell. Actually, let me go check on my Gridman thing real quick. Let's see. Nope, still rendering. All right, it's 73% complete. All right. Ian Zabezna, along with that, so Silver Ninja doesn't have a name, but when he comes to Earth, he takes the name Tensuke Hayabusa. Okay, yes, that's cool. Mr. Toku. Akiba Ranger is so good, especially episode 3, that everyone getting drunk is hilarious. Oh my god. When Yellow gets drunk, and then she starts trying to put the Rangers in the dojinshi. Oh my god. At least I think I'm thinking of the right episode, but oh my god. Oh my god. Akiba Ranger's so fun. When will they announce the Cure Major versus Ryu Soldier movie? Don't know. COVID might have even killed those plans, so who knows? Thoughts on Zenkaiser leak from Theta 411. If you didn't hear me earlier, cautiously optimistic. Okay, where did it go? Where did it go? There I am. All right, I am right there. I found half a Die Ranger aura changer. Asked the guy if there was another half. He was like, "What do you mean?" That's like when I would buy when I bought old Transformers. Like, oh, do you have his gun? He has a gun. Nah. Or when I got Metroplex. Hey, do you have the other fist for Metroplex? No. Ah. Okay. Anyway, oh my god. Oh yeah, Sailor Moon anime. Nehalenia, Prince Demand, Mistress 9. Those are my favorite villains from Sailor Moon. Continuing the anime thing when I just like come across series like, oh yeah, got that one. Okay. What should I watch next? After Mabius. What Ultraman should I watch after Mabius? If you have access to it, Tiga. If not, if you haven't seen it yet, Ultra 7 for sure. Or X. Ultraman X, not Ultra 7X. Ultraman X. Don't watch Ultra 7X. Don't watch Ultra 7X. White Stallion. What's the best Sentai from the 90s to watch? Die Ranger. Sorry, I'm all about the Die Ranger. I mean, I've got Die Ranger on my phone. I don't know if you guys could see that, but that's my wallpaper for my phone. So Die Ranger. I'm all about the Die Ranger. Let's see. There's a YouTuber named Japan Hero you need to check out. He is awesome. He takes a look at Toku no one really talks about. I think I'm subscribed to him. Although, there was a website I used to love going to back in the early 2000s called Japan Hero. I wonder if he has any relation to that. I think I've seen Japan Hero. Maybe. I'll take a look just in case. Delta PS. Hi, everyone. Who is your top 3 hottest female Super Sentai of Power Rangers characters? I can't answer that. I don't know. I'll give you my top 3 favorites, but not for looks or anything. Time Pink, Yuri. Wow, mind drawing blanks now. Time Pink. Mega Yellow and Yellow Flash. We'll go with those three. They would be my favorite. Jake Schuster. Ultraman was on Pluto TV. Yes, Ultraman's on there now. Patty Murphy, do you think Supro will ever make another Ultraman outside of America? You mean outside of Japan? I think there's I wouldn't be surprised if they try an American movie. I don't know how willing they are, though, for another series, given what happened with Powered. Jake Schuster, have you seen Ultraman USA? Are you talking about the one I just reviewed, the Ultimate Hero, or the Hanna-Barbera cartoon? Have you watched My Hero Academia? I hope I already answered that. Hope you heard it. Super Tolerant Show. Justin Roland Malangin. What's your first impression of Kamen Rider Saber? Next. No, that really was my first impression. I haven't watched anything since the first episode. Even Koralika was like, do we really have to watch the whole thing of this episode? Because she hated the first episode that much, and usually she is more than willing to sit through an entire episode. I mean, Saber, I have no interest in watching anything more. I've read some people's reviews, and the show has not gotten better in the slightest. So I'm pretty much writing it off entirely. Zet's ending, so that's why I looked up reviews, and I was like, nope, not happening. Don McCullen, the Puppet Raptor, won the rep battle with the Rangers. Well, that's kind of obvious. They had Michael Sorich voicing him. I want a Rito figure for the Monster line, or the Power Rangers toy line. I want him too. I want freaking Junior in my line, but they need to do the Alien Rangers too, so I can have a Kaku Ranger pictures. Ian, I'm watching Message from Space Galactic Wars. I'm in episode 7. I got him, love it so far. That's awesome. I have the Blu-ray. I just haven't had the time to do anything with it. I would like to watch the movie that came first and review it, but the movie's only been released in America dubbed and edited. So I'm hoping that maybe at some point someone will release it subtitled. Let's see. Petty Murphy, Mesogog's monster from Form would be great for the monster line. That could be cool. You're talking about the giant dino type one where it's all bulky and stuff. Kamen Rider 64. Want to see a Gokaiger and One Piece crossover similar to the Akiba Ranger one. Near Fall Review. Thank you for the recommendations on previous Sentai's pre-91. Agree on all what you said. Changeman and Go-Go 5, Sun Vulcan are terrible. Can you recommend any Kamen Rider or Metal Hero stuff? Oh yeah, Kamen Rider and Metal Hero. I haven't seen a lot of Metal Hero series, but I definitely recommend Just Beyond, Wind Spectre, the Beef Fighter series. Space Sheriff Gavin was pretty good. I haven't seen the Metal Hero. I've only watched. The only Metal Hero show that I've watched that I couldn't get into was Soul Brain, which is why I never made it past episode 10, which is why I never reviewed it like I originally planned to. Eventually, I'll go back to it. Kamen Rider, Black, Blade, Agito, Kuga, Ryuki, Kiva, Double, O's, Forze, Gaim, Build, mostly. 01. So I really, really want to see Stronger. I haven't seen Stronger myself. That's like if I do a show, I think if the next time I go to review a show, a Kamen Rider series, I think it's gonna be Stronger because that's been the series I've been wanting to watch the most for all the pre-Black series. I hope you see those near fall, and I hope you enjoy them. And let me know what you think of them. Jimmy Jonathan Lee, toy marketing question. How do you personally feel about the recent Toku seasons, like New Gen Ultra shows that have to rely on toy marketing more than previous in the earlier eras? Too toyetic? I actually don't care. Sometimes it can get too toyetic, but as long as the story is there, I can deal with it. Kralika loves the toy gimmicks. They're part of the things that keep her engaged in the shows. So it's working it's working for the extent it's supposed to. I just think that it shows Ultraman's been doing a pretty good job of it. Kamen Rider Gun did a good job of it, of doing that. It has toys, but even though it has to promote the toys, the toys are not overriding the story. There's still a story there, even with the toys. So I'm indifferent. I think most episodes are like, okay, cool, whatever. I mean, Sailor Moon had the Sailor Guardians transform like 40 billion times an episode, it seemed like. So, and they didn't have toys to sell. They just did that just to be cheap on animation. And so I don't see these toys, when they're always promoting the toys, as anything different than that, really. So it doesn't bother me. I know it bothers a lot of people to some extent, and I'm like, as long as the story's still there, just deal with it. It's fine. At the end of the day, they are technically children's shows, but I don't use their children's shows as an excuse for poor writing. If that makes sense. I hope it does. Pokemon Trainer, they should make Ecliptor, Darkana, and the Polymerization Fusion as Lightning Collection 3-pack. That would be an interesting 3-pack. Either way, they need to make Ecliptor, because I want to be able to finally get, because I don't know if any of you have seen my pictures I've done this week, but I have my old Ecliptor toy who has like 5 points of articulation and 3 of them are useless because his legs don't actually, like, they don't move like this way. They just like turn. Let's use this for an example. The legs don't go up and down. They turn sideways, which doesn't really do any good because, oh, I'm turning this sideways. Okay, wow. Now it's sideways. Let's put Scrooge back on the... Whoop! Technical difficulties. Give me one moment. Whoop! Come on! Stupid lantern. Where did you come from anyway? Okay. Anyway, but that would be a cool 3-pack. Is there any series of comics or graphic novels you haven't read much of yet that you'd like to? I'd like to start reading Daredevil since I heard he's had a lot of consistently good runs. Oh, there's a lot. I would love to read. Well, I'm a new Captain America fan. The movies have made me a Captain America fan, so I've been trying to read a lot of his run. I've read some of the stuff from the early 90s, like when he was on infected with drugs. I've read some of the 80s stuff with the Serpent Society, and I've been buying the omnibuses and reading some of the Silver Age run that Jack Kirby and Stan Lee were doing. So I would like to read more on Captain America. Daredevil, I read some stuff in the 80s. I read some stuff in the 90s, but I didn't actually really sit down to read a consistent run until I recently just read the Frank Miller, Klaus Janson omnibus. But yes, there is a lot. Can I get to... All right, let me do this real quick. Hopefully you don't see the mess in our apartment. Hopefully you can see these. If not, then that will suck. Here's a bunch of my omnibuses. I have not read. Like I'm about maybe a quarter of the way through this one. I've read all that. These two books I have not read at all. Doctor Strange and Excalibur. I read through all the Fantastic Four. I read through all the Flash, Silver Age Flash. I have not read the Jeff Johns one, so I want to read that. I've read that. I've read that. Have not checked this one out yet. Read those. I've only read certain stories from the Justice League books. I've read through the entire Morbius one, so I'm good there. New Teen Titans, I've only read various stories from New Teen Titans, so I really want to read them all. I've read a lot from this one. Read of all the Spider-Man ones that I have here. And then I've read these. I have not read all the Swamp Thing. I've only read like the first 13 issues. And so far, I have not read X-Men Mutant Massacre just because I want to read all the stuff that leads up to Mutant Massacre, even though I have read almost all the stuff after except for the Outback era. Because I have these these collections like Fall of the Mutants, and I borrowed Inferno. I've got and then I never actually finished the Alan Moore Swamp Thing run. I was in book 4 when I kind of got lost. So, let me turn off this light. So yeah, there's a lot I want to read. A lot I want to read. And then they just announced there's going to be an omnibus for Fantastic Four Volume 4, which finishes off the Jack Kirby Stan Lee run, Captain America Volume 3, and a Golden Age Volume 2. What was the other one? I would love to read more Daredevil's runs. In fact, when I finished the Frank Miller book, I wish there was an omnibus continuing the entire continuing the run that happened after Frank Miller, because I've read some stuff that came like 50-ish issues later when Typhoid Mary got introduced, but I wanted to really just keep going in order. That's one of the things I love about these omnibuses is getting to read as much stuff in order as I can. I just got the Black Widow omnibus that I had there today, so I haven't even gotten to look at anything for that one, other than the Spider-Man issue that I read because it's in the Amazing Spider-Man book. How's my battery life? How is my battery life? Okay, 52%. So I hope that answers your question. Let me know if it didn't. Oh, and I would love to read the entire Bronze Age era of Batman, because the Bronze Age era of Batman from the 70s and early 80s is my favorite run of Batman. So I would love to be able to read the whole thing in its entirety. Mike Silva, the Emperor, my son, I wouldn't be Emperor of the Galaxy if I didn't have some powers at my disposal. Imperial battleships, halt the flow of time. Yeah. Near Fall Review. Also, thank you for helping me through the year. You are my favorite content maker and have been a huge help for my mental health. Well, thank you for watching and thanks for being a fan, and I'm glad you're enjoying my videos. That's the whole point of this. It's been a tough year for everyone. I know somebody made a comment on Facebook because I made the thing like, oh, I'm waiting for the final fuck you from 2020, and the person's like, do you seriously think that all the bad stuff's just going to end the moment the year ends? It's like, no, but there's that optimism that a new year will bring in some new energies, new positivity. Is that so hard to really ask for? And it's like, I mean, technically, everything's been on a downward spiral for me since this time, 2016, and it just keeps getting worse and worse. But Anyway, so yes, it's been hard for everyone, but I'm glad that you've been enjoying my videos. Let's see. Does I just recently watched Machine Man. Wow, what a show! I had no idea about it. I actually have not seen Machine Man. Dekareda, any ideas of what the Kamen Rider seasons you would review this coming year would be? Hint, Ryuki. Oh, actually, I was thinking about, unless Shout Factory does a Blu-ray release of Kuga or the original show, I might tackle Ryuki, because as I said, it's been about 10 years since I've watched Ryuki, and I'd like to watch it again. Oh, I'm just moving the computer screen trying to find a good place for it. Okay, watching Ultraman now. Lots of smiley faces. Mike, I saw that you said you came back, which is funny, because I think you came back before I actually read that you had left in the first place. Don McCullen, The Mandalorian takes place 5 years after the events of Jedi and before the sequel. Yes, and for me, leave it there. That's about a good cutoff time. Gamma Radio, have you heard about the new copyright law by Tom Tillis? It will affect the... Oh, is that the jackass boomer dude that wants to make it so that if you show any copyrighted content, you get 30 days jail time and an outrageous fine? Yeah, that's not going to pass. That's why fair use exists. Yeah, no. That dude's just some dumbass dickwad that has no idea, that's completely out of touch with reality. He's only doing what he's paid to do. I hate politicians. Should just fire them all and start brand new. No one over 50 gets hired at this point. Anyway, 2 days till it either gets passed or rejected. Yeah, it'll get rejected. If somehow it passed, it would get repealed right away. Don, haven't seen the show. My dad did like it. Jake Schuster, thoughts on Dino Fury, another dinosaur series for Power Rangers? Yeah. Let's hope Hasbro can do something with it. I mean, it can't be any worse than Ryu Soldier, so there is that, right? Right? Let's see. Garp. I don't care about the new laws because I never use any copyrighted music. I do for jokes, and I review stuff. It's kind of hard not to. Jimmy Jonathan Leah, Star Wars. Can R-rated Star Wars movie work? A tone is similar to the Darkest Gundam shows like Victory, Zeta, or War in the Pocket. I think anything can work at any rating. You just have to do it intelligently. The problem is people don't do it intelligently. Like horror movies that are PG-13. It can work PG-13. There's plenty of good horror movies out there that are PG-13. There's some horror movies that if they were made today, they would have been PG-13 that were R-rated back then. But you have to do it smartly. Okay, let's see. Man, he forgot about Ryu Soldier already. Yes, I did. I did, Patty. Ryu Soldier is just probably my third worst Sentai series. I know people like it, and that's cool, but yeah, for me, it's like the third worst. Hey, Kaiju no Kami from Nick Cooper. Did you know there's a piece of lost media for Power Rangers called the Bioman pilot? I have heard about it. I have never seen it, and I don't know anything about it. Can't say I blame Necrom. Can't say I blame you for forgetting about Ryu Soldier, given the show is mediocre. Exactly. Ryoso Pink had two emotions: hungry and woman. It's so true. I know that whoever it was said it was her favorite Pink, but yeah. I'm sorry. Whip, whip, stir. Star Wars Holiday Special. Let's see. IJ retracted his message. Oh. Maybe I had answered it. Well, if you're still here, IJ, hello. Okay. I gotta speed through things. Go Line being a Sentai. Oh, it's only 6 o'clock. Okay. I've still got 40 minutes. Go Lion being a Sentai in anime form is why I love Go Lion. How I'm making a Sentai fanfic that is heavily inspired by Go Lion. That's cool. Okay. It's a lot of snow in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. So I've heard. I heard the East Coast is getting hit. We had a snow blizzard the other day. on both Monday and Tuesday. And I said, hey, Colorado, do you want to save some of that snow for Christmas? Because we haven't had a white Christmas in 3 or 4 years. Whenever The Hateful Eight came out, that was the last white Christmas we had. Because The Hateful Eight, being that we were going to the movies for Christmas, of course we had to have a blizzard. The years after, we didn't go to the movies on Christmas, and we had no blizzard. Colorado's weird like that. Let's see. Go Lions, the closest thing there is to an anime Power Rangers. Yep. Well, there's an anime called Shinesman. If you've never seen it, check it out. It's like it's a single episode OVA, and it's damn funny. The Salmon Ranger. Patty Murphy, are you looking forward to the 01 Saber movie? I'm looking forward to the 01 part. Not the Saber part. Let's see. What is your take on Turbo Ranger? From Mike. I was not a fan of it when I watched it many years ago, raw. I found it kind of boring until more recent. I mean, until Go-Onger, it was my least favorite Sentai series. And now it might not even make the top 10. That's kind of scary to think. All right. Pokemon China. Worst Toku you've seen? For me, it's either Super Mega Force or Ninja. Those shows can jump off a cliff and die. Go-Onger. Ultra 7X. Q Ranger. Ryu Soldier. Kamen Rider Saber. But if we want to just go by completed, Ultra 7X would be probably the worst. I mean, I was never able to finish a series called Lion Maru G. And that was pretty bad. Ryu Kendo was pretty damn awful. I was never able to finish Caesar X. And I don't know if it was I don't remember if that one was because I hated it or I just had so much going on I just dropped it because it wasn't wowing me as much as the other shows at the time. My least favorite Power Ranger series is Operation Overdrive. But then I have not watched anything after. Well, technically I didn't watch Mega Force and Super Mega Force in full. I've only watched a couple episodes. So I haven't really watched any Power Ranger series since Super Samurai. But also up through Samurai, Operation Overdrive is my least favorite. Is to me the worst Power Ranger season. Let's see. But yeah, Ninja's bad. Ninja's really bad. Q Ranger's bad. Ryu Soldier's bad. Go-Onger's bad. Okay. Also working on a fan-made Ranger team and made Blue the leader of the team. That's cool, Patty. Mike, haven't seen Ninja yet. Yeah, don't. Super Taran Show. Do you like OG Sailor Moon? Maybe. I mean, I did review the whole thing. Yes, I do. I reviewed the whole. That's why I reviewed the whole series because I like the OG Sailor Moon. I love the Monster of the Week formula, and that's like again like an anime Sentai. I mean, back when I saw commercials for it back in the 90s on Fox Kids, I was like, oh, it's like an animated version of Power Rangers. That's so cool. Let's see. Worst sci-fi TV show? Star Lost. Don't know Star Lost. Have you seen Bleach? I have. Matthew Wiles. I dropped Bleach. I dropped Bleach early on. I just couldn't get into it. And being that I heard, I watched some later stuff like this arc with like this pseudo cop lady. She wore like a black shirt with a tie, I think, but she died. That was kind of the end of Bleach for me. I think that That was Bleach, right? Yeah. So I just couldn't get into it, and I've heard the series had like 5 different ending points. Um, can you review Daimajin from Christian Mendez? It's on my list of stuff to review at some point. Movies have been. I want to review more movies again, but series take up so much time to review, and I don't get as many copyright issues with series as I do with movies. Movies, the YouTube copyright system's like on your ass like a freaking STD. Um, at least with series, you can get away from the copyright stuff much easier because you have more to work with. Like I was surprised in my test beta versions for the Gridman review and the Christmas review I'm doing didn't get a single copyright claim when I put the beta versions on there, because I'll put my beta on there to see what gets claimed so I know what to edit. Except for music. Music, like the last 2 Ultraman series I did, I had to cut. I can no longer do 10 seconds of music of the opening and ending themes. I now have to do about 7 to 8 seconds, because now even 8 seconds is getting claimed at times for opening and ending themes when I do that little sample, which is so annoying. So series are easier to review than movies. YouTube's kind of make it not very fun to review movies, and I can't afford to use BitChute or BitchOot, depending on how you look at it. So I'll be reviewing Daimajin at some point. I bought the Blu-ray set to review it, but now I'm just like going on and droning and stuff, which is probably why I dropped down to 15 people. But Mike, I've loved Go-Go 5. It's good Sentai. I agree. Yeah, it's Metallic who did Jaka. Thank you, Netcrom. Shake Smithers, if you still have a working PS3 or 360, I recommend Dead Space 1 and 2. Try skipping the third. I think they'll work well enough. I might as well at this point just wait for them to do an eventual like remaster on the PS5. They're going to do one at some point. Plus, like I said, though, it's also owned by EA, and I don't like supporting EA. Recommended Hobgoblins. Kami, I've seen your post on that before, Mike. I may at some point. Matthew Wiles, Go-Go 5 is also called Super Sentai Family Feud. Yes, and it is a damn good one. Christian Mendez, can you revive Daimajin movies? Oh, you've posted it a few times. Okay. I already answered that, I hope. Hopefully you're still here to hear my answer. Wonder Woman 84 is going to be released on Christmas night. Day might watch to see how it is. I want to see Wonder Woman, but I'm not doing HBO Max to do it. I have enough streaming services. I'll watch the movie when it comes out onto Ultra HD discs, but I'm not gonna subscribe to HBO Max just to watch Wonder Woman. I will be watching Soul on Disney Plus, because we do have a Disney Plus account. Well, people we know have a Disney Plus account, and we have the account, but we have a Disney Plus account. But yeah, I want to see Wonder Woman 84. Rescue Squad Go 5. Thoughts on the Guyver anime and live action show from Jake Schuster. I've only seen a little bit. Actually, my only thing on Guyver is the Mark Hamill movie and the one with Solid Snake. That's it. That's all my experience with Guyver. Let's see. Justin Sherman, when we cover Turbo Ranger, I don't know if you heard me already answer that, but Turbo Ranger I will be reviewing whenever the fan subs get done from Wandering Moonbeams. They've got 14 episodes to go, so hopefully next year sometime they'll finish it, and then I can review it. Matthew Wiles, both the heroes and the villains are two families. Yes, I love that. Then you see my point. Hate my phone. How do you get your fan subs? From LJ. LJ, I get my fan subs. I torrent them. I use a program called uTorrent, and that's what I use to download all my fan subs. If Metal Heroes were to return, how would you do it from Kamen Rider 64? At this point, I honestly don't know. Um, I really don't know. They've tried so many times, but they've been so poorly written, it's failed. So I'm not sure how I would go about it. Especially because Kamen Rider's kind of taken some Metal Hero. Well, Kamen Rider's now more Sentai than Metal Heroes. It was kind of like Metal Heroes for a while. I would start it off by making something more serious. Maybe do a Metal Hero show that is made for the adult audience who grew up on Metal Heroes. Maybe start it off with like a sequel to the Beef Fighter series. I don't know. It's tough because there's so much out there nowadays. I mean, Garo could be Metal Heroes. Chase Smithers, what was the better GBA Metroid game in your opinion? Fusion or Zero Mission? I prefer Zero Mission. Fusion, I'm not a big fan of. Zero Mission, though, I love that game. All right, Matthew Wiles, the big review of Evox. I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch. Okay, I kind of saw it, but I'm kind of skipping over that because I haven't watched Beast Morphers yet, and someone's been holding back on trying to spoil it for me. What's your favorite Power Ranger series of all? SPD from Charles Casper. Mike Silva. From all my years, I've seen with someone on a. I have seen it all, but someone on YouTube did a comparison video of Mega Ranger and in space. Cool. Rather watch Bokinger than Mega Ranger. I disagree on that one, but Nick M. Have you seen Yasahime? It's a sequel to Inuyasha anime. I have not because I'm not really a big fan of Inuyasha. I don't even think I made it past episode 50 for Inuyasha. Granted, that could be because when I was watching Inuyasha, the subtitles were those old early 2000s bootleg Hong Kong English subtitled DVDs where they were calling Inuyasha characters by Yu-Gi-Oh character names because the Yu-Gi-Oh set was calling the Yu-Gi-Oh characters by Inuyasha names. It was a weird time. But no, I'm not a big Inuyasha fan. Ultraman Tiga. I completely agree. O's was great. The only problem I ever had with it was the villains. Maki was fun, but he had no reason to be the big bad, and the other Greed just didn't have any focus and became lame. I totally agree. How behind am I? I am a lot of behind. And that made no sense grammatically. Favorite is Zax and Trey's Kush Renata from Gundam Wing from Nick M. I liked Trey's a lot. I have mixed feelings on Zex because he went through like all three versions of Char without any rhyme or reason for it. All the names of Thundermask cast were on Tokupedia, but you didn't go there. I went to a couple things, but I also went to August Ragon for some Thundermask info. So I went what site? I can't remember the pages I went to for Thundermask. There were a couple. Will you ever do Justin Siegler? Will you ever do a review of the She-Ra reboot? But from a wife's point of view, nope. We have not watched the new She-Ra show at all. We have no interest in it. We have no interest in wanting to watch this show. I just have. I'll just leave it there. Let's see. Horror movie Mad. Will you ever review the original Kamen Rider series? Yes, I would love to at some point, but it won't be until Shout Factory licenses it, but until Shout Factory releases a physical release of it, or somebody releases a physical release. Nick M, Akane from Rama 1/2. No, Akane from Gridman. Mike Silva, good in Mr. Toku. I feel like Sentai should stick to having its target audience be younger, while Kamen Rider should cater to more older fans of Toku. Kuga is a fantastic example of Kamen Rider being more mature. I agree. I feel like making Kamen Rider more goofy has defied the whole point of having Kamen Rider and Sentai back to back. The whole reason Sentai went kind of more in a more silly route was because they had Kamen Rider to be more mature, so Sentai went to lighthearted, and now that they're both lighthearted, it just doesn't work for me. If they want to make Kamen Rider more lighthearted, then make Sentai back to becoming more serious again. Pokemon Trainer, do you prefer subs or dubs or anime? I honestly don't care which one it is as long as I can watch it. I don't really have a preference. Some series I like better dubbed, some series I like better in Japanese. It just depends on the show. Like Sailor Moon, I love both Viz's new dub and the Japanese version equally. If I was watching the old dub, I would not watch the old dub. I would watch it in Japanese. Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball, I prefer it in Japanese. But if it's Kai, I like it kind of better in English. Super, I'm indifferent on. I can go either way. Escaflowne is another one I loved. If it was with the old dub or subs, I would watch it subbed. But with the new dub, I love it just as much as the Japanese version. Psycho Pass, I love just as much in both languages. Cowboy Bebop, I prefer in English. Big O, I prefer in English. Ghost in the Shell, I prefer in English. Boogie Pop Phantom, I like in either language. Boogie Pop and others, I like in either language. Gankutsu, I like in both languages, but I kind of prefer the dub a little bit more because they pronounce the French names more accurately than the Japanese do. My Hame, I like in both languages. Utena, I hate the dub to Utena, so I stick to Japanese for Utena. Noir, I like in both languages. One Piece, I like in both languages, unless it's the 4Kids dub, but we don't go there. Hellsing, I prefer in English because of the accents. Go Lion, I prefer over Voltron. Same with Dairugar over Voltron. Macross Mospeeda, I prefer over the Robotech dub. Most Gundam series, unless they were dubbed in the last few years, I prefer it in Japanese. If it's done by the studios that Nozomi's been using for like Thunderbolt and Unicorn and T, then I usually prefer them in English over the Japanese version. But it can go either way. I hate the dubs though to all the old Gundam stuff, except G. G Gundam's dub kind of works because it's not like a super serious silly. It's over the top, just like G is over the top. Yu Yu Hakusho I prefer dubbed. Rosario the Vampire, I hate the dub too. I would rather watch that subbed. X, I like in either language. Gatchaman, which I originally was going to review this year, but COVID happened. I like that in either language, although there's something weird about the dub to that. The dub's good, but something about it I'm not 100% sold on, and I don't know why. And I'm talking about the new dub for Gatchaman that ADV did. So yeah, I'm indifferent. I find it funny. Last year, the new One Piece movie, whatever the new One Piece movie was, I can't think of the name now. Oh, that's because I haven't bought it yet. Shit, I forgot all about buying that. Stronger. Did I buy it? No, I think I bought One Piece Stronger. But so Strong World. So in the theater, our theater actually switched the showings. So the day that it was supposed to be dubbed, we got subs. The day it was supposed to be subbed, they got dubbed. When the movie started and it's in Japanese, everyone in the theater is like, "Oh, it's subbed. I thought it was gonna be dubbed. Okay, oh well, whatever, cool." I guess in the next day showing when it was supposed to be subbed but it ended up being dubbed, I guess people were having like panic attacks and freaking out and yelling at the staff and everything because it was dubbed and not subbed. So it's like, guys, get over it. Stop being a sub purist. If you gotta watch it dubbed, you gotta watch it dubbed. It's not like it's the end of the world. Especially dubs today. Most dubs today for anime are top notch. They put more care in it, unless you're for kids. We won't get into that though. But so I can go either way with most stuff. As long as the dub is not utterly dreadful, then I'm good. Um, like Attack on Titan was an interesting one. I hated Mikasa's Japanese voice, but I hated Armin's English voice. So both languages in that one had some voices I liked and some I didn't like. So it was kind of weird because I felt like Mikasa in Japanese was just more generic sounding. She sounded like every typical anime girl, whereas in English she sounded more like the way I read her in the manga. Whereas Armin sounded way more whiny in English compared to Japanese. So whatever. Anyway, so I hope that helps answer your question. A backcross question. Where should fans start? Should they start with the original 1982 show or the movie Do You Remember Love? Well, this is, I would say, the TV show, I think, but it depends what you want to do. Because all of the sequel series are sequels to Do You Remember Love? Like all the Zentradi designs were different in Do You Remember Love? And so if you watch Macross 7, when the old characters appear, the Zentradi guys appear, they're in their designs from Do You Remember Love than they were in the TV series. So it depends how you want to go. I say start with the original show. In fact, for me, the original show is the only thing Macross related I own. Not well, okay, it's not like there's really much to own in America because of Harmony Gold. But I prefer the original TV show, and I actually don't really like the sequels after that. But if you really want to watch the entire franchise, you're going to have to watch Do You Remember Love, if that makes any sense. Nick M. There's Escaflowne behind you. Nice. Yep. I've got it signed by pretty much the entire English cast from the Funimation dub. So practically every Funimation employee. I would start with Robotech version of Macross. I wouldn't do Robotech. I would just do the Japanese version. Or ADV dubbed. I think ADV gave a new dub to Macross itself that didn't do the Robotech thing. So if you want to watch dubbed, then I'd say check that. How about Edmond Dantes from Gankutsu for anime villains? That's who I said, Monte Cristo. Because he's the villain of his own story. Let's see. I'm not sick of Sentai. Cool, because we've been talking about Sentai a lot. S-Mac. Hi. Let's see. How far down am I? Because it is 6:22. I've got 20 minutes, so I have to go check my food. I like building 01, but I didn't like Geo all that other than the characters. I gave up on Geo after 4 episodes. It made it longer than Saber. S-Mac, what 10 visual moment would you like to see new in Sentai? Ooh. I don't know. I mean, Kira Major has been doing some incredible stuff. I mean, I posted on Twitter and Facebook this thing from episode 33 that we just watched last night. Amazing. They should do more like that. More like hands across him, Eric. A joke. Oh, I got you. Let's see. It's snowing a lot. Where you are, 64? Is that good or bad? I have this love-hate relationship with snow. I love it, but I hate it at the same time. Especially when you're in a car and other people on the road don't know how to drive in it. The narrator character in Saber just looks like trash and isn't needed, and it just makes me not want to watch the show. Yeah, he was one of the first turnoffs. I was kind of hoping he'd be like DJ Sagara in Gaim, but I don't care to find out if he ends up being that way. S-Mac, Akiba Ranger, Majin Ranger did that already. Shea Smithers, do you think Berserk could possibly end without Guts getting his revenge on Griffith? I don't know. I've heard Griffith's back to being a good guy, so I can't say. I'm way behind on Berserk. In fact, I was thinking about at some point I need to pick up those deluxe hardcovers that have been coming out and reading that way to catch up. Let's see. Godzilla fan 2011. Hi. Hello. Nick, how would they end Rider as Sentai? One giant final battle every Rider, even no, I would say Rider and Sentai, those ones have the advantages of just being of just ending for with that series. There's not some big overall thing going on, and I just had a lot of stuff go. Wow, I am very, very behind with how this jumped. Jesus. Okay. I was at Godzilla Fan 2011. And now I feel like, okay. Berserk, there we are. Agreed that The Simpsons need to come to an end, as do SpongeBob and South Park. Totally agree. Guys, I'm just going to start speeding through some of these questions. I'm going to try not to skip a question so that someone doesn't go, oh, you skipped my question, which if I do, sorry. I'm a fan of Godzilla. Awesome. Godzilla fan. I kind of figured that. Jimmy, how would you rank the Tomino Gundam shows from your most favorite to your least favorite? Zeta is number 1. Double Zeta is number 2. Turn A would be number 3. Original would be number 4. Victory would be number 5. And sadly, Reconquista would be number 6. I think I got all the shows. Now, if you want the movies in there, Char's Counterattack would be number 7, and F91 would be number 8. Did I miss one? No, I don't think I missed one. Let's see. If Simpsons ends, so will Fox 5. If South Park ends, so will Comedy Central. Comedy Central still is the daily show, so we're good. Fire breath. Boom. Have you watched Ultraman? Godzilla fan. Have you watched Ultraman Leo? I have. I was not a fan of it. I felt it was trying to be too hard to be too serious. So I'm going to just skip like the conversation bits on here and just go to the questions. Nick M, is Toei going to do anything more with Amazon's? I want another Rider series to have an Amazon's reboot version of the show. I have no idea. After what I've watched from seasons 2 in the movie, I don't know if I'd really want to. Favorite Necrom, favorite Ultraman opening from the show era, Ultra 7's opening. That song is just so catchy. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. No, which Ultraman Sentai Kamen Rider show had the most potential but got botched up by the end? Q Ranger for sure. O Ranger. Kamen Rider Hibiki. And I'm going to say Ultraman Leo. Not Leo. Ultraman Ace. Favorite Sentai opening? Bioman. That's cool. Which show era girl? I prefer Ishiro Honda, Jimmy, over Fukuda. He was cool and all, but Ishiro Honda had the better movies. Let's see. I want a darker version of Kiva or Hibiki from Nick M. Ian, how does have relation to the Japan Hero website? He does have a relation to the Japan Hero website. He took a look at the Red Tiger series I'm talking about. Oh, cool. I will definitely have to check that out. Here comes Speed Racer has a Demon on Wheels. I want Sun Vulcan sub. Nick M. Sun Vulcan has been subbed. I want to say the fan sub name is Tayo Subs. So check them out. But yeah, they had fully subbed Sun Vulcan. That's how I reviewed it. Let's see. How excited are you for Godzilla Singular Point? I have high hopes, low expectations. Or, sorry, reverse though. Yeah, high hope. Yeah, I'm right. High hopes, low expectations. But I guess it's from the same people who did Gridman. So maybe, ooh, speaking of which, that has finished. So let me close that computer. I will check it out later tonight and upload it so I can do it tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a premiere on it. All right. But yeah, if it's done by the same people of Gridman, then maybe I have a little bit more faith in it. We'll see. Netflix version of Kamen Rider. I don't know if I want them to do. Well, then again, any Kamen Rider exposure in America is good exposure. So if they wanted to do a Netflix version, I don't care. It gets Kamen Rider's name out there. More people will see it. Best Kamen Rider show from White Stallion, Blade. It's my favorite Kamen Rider show overall. Let's see. Godzilla is on Tubi TV. Favorite country, Makdias. Sadly, I've only been to 2 countries, Canada and the US. So between those 2, I kind of wish I was in Canada. Check out Blue SWAT, Metal Heroes. I would love to. It's on my list at some point, Nick M. I think somebody was subbing it. I don't know if they finished it. I have to look to see if I have the full things. Godzilla fan 2011. Do you love Godzilla 75? If you mean Terror of Mechagodzilla, yes, it's one of my favorite Godzilla movies. Jimmy, I always wondered why some fans prefer the UC OVAs like 0080 and 8th MS Team instead of the main UC TV shows. Is Tomino that much of a polarizing creator? Do certain fans just like the new type concept that much? I think it's more that they're just shorter. I mean, 40 to 50 episodes does take a lot of dedication, and they do have TV show budgets. OVAs do have higher quality budgets, and they're much, much shorter. I don't particularly think they're better. Well, I do think 8th MS Team and 0080 are better than Victory and the other one, the ones that came after that I had mentioned when I did my little ranking. But I can see, I just think that people like them more because they're shorter, so they get right to the point. And people, it has newer looking animation. I'm done after building 01. Having Saber as the second Reiwa era Kamen Rider isn't what I had in mind motif and theme-wise. Yeah, Saber. Yeah. Kaiju in 75, Mechagodzilla 2, Titanosaurus, and Godzilla. Yep. I did SMAC. I did an F6 FC most of this year. The latest Sentai I used was Icy Angel and Lost Galaxy. Cool, cool. Bye, Kami. Bye again, Mike. Although you're probably back by now. Before I read this, I really hate how YouTube has become a place full of censorship and SJW drama. Agreed. Unfortunately, there's no alternative because there's nothing that can even compete with YouTube as much as we would like there to be. It's tragic, it sucks, but that's the way it is. I want to watch Turbo Ranger, but I can't find it. Nick, look for the fan sub group Wandering Moonbeams. He's got the first 37 episodes sub so far. What did you think of Wizard from Necron002? I found Wizard to be utterly, well, I liked it at first, but in the long run, it was an utter bore fest. Nothing happened the entire show. I like Wizard, but I like the English dub. Rinko has a British accent. I didn't even know somebody did an English dub. You need to review the 90s Kamen Rider movies. I'll get to that at some point. Jake. All right. Necron. Oh, yeah, I'm aware it had a dub. I saw 2 episodes, and it was something. Mr. Toku, if you love toyetic shows, Kamen Rider Drive is your bread and butter. I never made it past episode 24-ish for Drive. At some point, I'll have to rewatch the show. But yeah, it was not a good show to come after Gaim. Then again, I don't know what would have been a good follow-up to Gaim. Favorite shows, Ikuzukaro. Mine is Bemki and Hokkaido. I don't know. The guy for, yeah, okay. I know who you're talking about, and I can't think of it right now. So, sorry, Ian. I think I answered that because didn't you ask me that in one of the comment sections? I think I answered it there. What's your favorite Sentai and Kamen Rider Henshin devices? My favorite Kamen Rider Henshin device is, well, I love Blade, but if you want to go with gimmicks, then it's O's. I love the O's gimmick. I love the coins. I love the noise it makes, how it does those abbreviated sounds for the animal names. Tatoba, Tatoba. Especially when the voice sounds demonic at times. Favorite Sentai henshin device. I don't know, because I mean, I don't really feel like they have. I mean, I know there's more gimmicky ones, but I'm probably going to go with the Chrono Changers from Time Ranger. Let's go with the Chrono Triggers. Or the Doron Changer from Kaku. Chrono Trigger. Let's see. Has anyone seen Max Steel 2000 series? I used to have the Phase 1 toy line. Is that the CGI one? I've seen a little bit of it. Was never really into it. Shea Smithers, what do you think of the announcement of an upcoming Aliens TV series coming to FX? I think they need to just give it up. Just give it up. It's time to end Alien. And what is my battery life at? 24%. All right, so I might make it through the whole thing before I, because I got to check my food in about 4 minutes. At least you don't have to Lego Oliver twist. What a twist. Let's see. One of them was a car-mounted missile launcher. Pokemon Trainer, any good kaiju films for beginners and where to watch them? See what Tubi has. I think Tubi's got some on there. I think they've got the Gamera movies. Unfortunately, a Criterion, I think, is now HBO Max only. Or am I thinking of the wrong thing? But check out the Gods. Obviously, Godzilla is a good kaiju film. The original Mothra, Rodan, the Heisei Gamera trilogy from the 90s. Brain fart. Those ones I just said. Yeah. In your opinion, what makes a better love interest for Luffy, either Nami or Boa Hancock? Nami. But hey, if Boa Hancock wants to marry Luffy, what she needs to do is trick him into thinking marriage is food. That's how Chi-Chi roped Goku. But it'd be Nami. Boa Hancock's just too old for Luffy. Because Boa Hancock, I think, is like in her 20s. Luffy's in his teens still. So yeah, it'd be Nami. Let's see. Apartments are supposed to be messy. No, they're not. Well, they are, but they're not. But they are. But nah. Watch Star Crash. Cool collection, Kami. Oh, we must be getting to the part where I was showing off the omnibuses, which is really why I think I slowed things down on here. The only clean apartments are empty one with invisible props, or a magnetic one, or one that our friends had where he owned nothing really. He had nothing physical. He downloaded all his anime and put it onto a hard drive. So to him, so he didn't need to buy anime because he just downloaded everything. Kami, when is your next video coming out? Hopefully tomorrow. It'll be Gridman. Sweet X-Men I see in your collection, Kami. Thank you. Got to go. Pokemon Trainer. See ya, even though you're probably long gone. Long gone. Pick 5 Yellow Rangers you want to see team up. Yellow Flash, Kirin Ranger, Time Yellow, Mega Yellow, and Yellow Owl. Boom. There. Let's see. Kami watch Kentucky Fried Movie. It's the funniest. I've heard it's funny. Ricardo, did you already read the 2011 Ultraman manga? I have not. I've only watched what Netflix did for their anime adaptation. Are you going to do a review for Maji Ranger from Steven Harada? Yes. I am 8 episodes into Maji Ranger, so soon I'll get it done and I'll review it. Jimmy, on a popular opinion, I always had mixed feelings about Stan Lee as a creator due to being aware of all the creators' rights issues with Kirby and Ditko. The thing is, Kirby and Dick. The thing is, Stan Lee never tried to take full credit for anything. He always made sure they got credit. He wasn't like Bob Kane, who stole everyone's credit. So Stan Lee, I know he's not innocent by any means, but he never did do 100%. Never fully took credit for everything. I know he had his issues with him and Kirby and stuff, but he never tried to pull the Bob Kane bullshit. At least from what I've read of Stan Lee. From what I've heard and what I've read, is he never tried to do that. Bob Kane was just a flat out criminal, legal criminal. O Ranger, Hurricane Blue, or O Yellow, O Pink, Pink 5 Yellow. Okay. Oh, probably for the female ones. Macdias. Do you recognize Taiwan as an independent state? Why wouldn't I? Is there a reason I shouldn't? I think, yeah, Taiwan. I know Tibet had issues, but I didn't know Taiwan did. They should be. I think everyone should be in their own state. That answered my comics question. Lol. What Kamen Rider shows have you watched? What are all the Kamen Rider shows you have watched? Everything from Black on up, except for I never finished Drive. I never made it past episode 1 of Xade, and I never made it past episode 4 of Geo and episode 1 of Saber. So those 4 are the only Kamen Rider series I have not seen from start to finish that came from Black and up. Will 2021 get any better? Let's hope so. I mean, but who knows? 2021 could be saying, hey, thought 2020 was bad? Hold my beer. I gotta go check my food. So the 15 of you who one just left, give me about 2 minutes to check my food. And then I will. Well, actually, no. I can give it another minute before I need to put my food. Before I need to put the actual fish in there. Stephen Harada, did you finally watch Flashman's last 2 episodes subbed? I heard you last. Well, okay. So Flashman, the last episodes were subbed. It was some of the episodes in the middle that were not. So I have not watched all of Flashman yet. Actually, I probably should plug this in. Well, I've got to grab these. I got to unplug the Christmas tree to do that. Okay, let's try to get through these quickly. What would you want from Toho's new World of Godzilla Cinematic Universe coming in 2021? Good movies Gamma Radio. Good movies, not shitty ones, and not rushed movies. That's pretty much what I have. All I have. Stephen Harada, have you heard any news on the Shout DVD from the Hasbro hiatus? Not sure if I asked this before, but did you hear the Power Rangers isn't going to use Sentai footage after Dino Fury? I have heard the rumor about that for Dino Fury, but until it officially comes from Hasbro, I'm not going to believe it, Stephen. I'm curious to see what happens now with someone's messaging me on Facebook Live. Okay. I'm not what you call it. For Shout Factory stuff, I'm wondering if they're going to announce something soon because Seven Seas just announced their Go Ranger manga adaptation. So clearly Hasbro was able to approve that. So maybe Hasbro is now able to approve more Sentai releases from Shout Factory. Will the coronavirus be eliminated in 2021? I don't think so. Sadly, I think the virus is here to stay permanently. And one thing you should review is France 5. It's a 6 episodes. Is it only 6 episodes? I thought it. Oh, okay. I've heard of it. I didn't know it was only 6 episodes. Do you hate Ryu Soldier from Ricardo? Yes, I hate Ryu Soldier. Gamma, Tom Tillis will fail. Oh, he will. He'll fail one way or another. Jimmy, terrible modern politician. Char was right. The souls are way down by gravity. Kamen Rider 64, you think it's sad that franchises we love only exist to sell merchandise? Everything exists to sell merchandise. So, not really. I mean, art exists really to sell art. Those statues that Da Vinci, the paintings that Da Vinci did, that Leonardo did, all that stuff. I guess, yeah, they weren't made just to be made. They were made to be sold. So everything has been made to be sold. So I don't think it's sad. Boomers, government, outdated legislature. Agreed. Completely out of touch with the internet. Agreed. A lesson is becoming timeless since Rocky and Bullwinkle. Agreed. It'll probably be White Christmas for us in my state. Cool. Speaking of superpowers, would you like to have the powers of a new type or the powers of a force user? Either way, I can pull anything out of my ass at any given time that I needed to do to win, so it doesn't really matter to me. I guess the force, though, that might be more fun. Have you seen Sammy Classic Sonic fan, the kid who says, you freaking fricks? No, I have not. Justin Gay, yeah, I just joined. Give me a moment to check my food, guys, and then I will come back to speed through the rest of these questions. Come on, where's the thingy? Oh, I guess I can just use that. Don't worry, guys. Oh, okay. This might be more than a minute. Was I supposed to do that? Ooh. Oh, shoot. Almost there. Almost. Okay. Okay, I think it's cooking. I think it's cooking. Alright, so how many people dropped? Oh, only one left. Only one was like, oh, this guy sucks. I'm out of here. There's no one here. Okay. So I think my food is continuing to cook properly now so that I can go through these questions. Maybe. Possibly. I'll check back there in a minute. Just in case. Okay. So let's see. Did they already announce Taro or Taiga on DVD? They have Ricardo. Taro is coming out next month. Currently, Mill Creek does not have Taiga because they licensed the Ultra shows before Taiga and Zet premiered. So they're not part of the Mill Creek license as of this moment in time. I'm sure they will at some point, though. Mexico's how much wars can change people's lives. Well, if Hitler won, we'd all be speaking German. So, yeah, a lot of wars can change stuff. Gamerino, the internet is one of the many things you don't mess with. That it is. That is. Let's see. What Toku shows need home media in the US? I think Ninja Captor and Thunder Mask. Well, Thunder Mask will sadly never get released anywhere until the Japanese companies figure their shit out. Do you like Shiraven? I have not even watched it yet, Justin, so I'm not able to comment on it just yet. Kami Star Lost is a terrible sci-fi TV show. It's on YouTube. Okay. I love Q Ranger, dude. It might be my favorite right next to Deca Ranger. Oh, I'm sorry. As soon as I say it, you're like, unsubscribe. I'm currently on Jew Ranger. Got 20 up. Pretty good. Yeah, I love Jew Ranger. Yeah, Jew Ranger is my third favorite Sentai. But yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I hate Q Ranger. I really, really hated it. I am not looking forward to reviewing it at some point. Of course, you can't get bleach into. Of course, you can't get into bleach and mess up your clothes. I like that. Okay, scene 16 Sentai. Oh my god, what's your favorite? Let's see. Steven, he hates Q Ranger. Yeah. Jimmy, how do you feel about the popular fan opinion of the Marineford arc being One Piece's best story? The one where Ace. I don't know if I'd say Marineford is not my favorite story arc. My favorite story arc is a toss-up between Alabasta and Water 7. I can totally understand why people would love Marineford and why people think it's their favorite. But for me personally, I think Alabasta and Water 7 are the stronger arcs. I love the introduction of the CP9. I love Frankie is my second favorite Straw Hat crew member, so it brings him in. Alabasta, Robin's my favorite Straw Hat member overall, so she has a great arc in Water 7, and she's obviously introduced to Alabasta, and then you have Crocodile, who's my favorite villain of One Piece, so he's Alabasta. Let's see. Questions. Sorry, guys, I'm just skipping your conversation so I can get the questions. Let me just check this food again. Okay, yes, it is cooking. Sweet. So it's 7:13. I gotta finish I get to eat. Let's see. I'm looking for questions. How come you don't like EA? There's a lot of reasons. They're like, for me, the scum bags of the gaming industry. They treat everyone like garbage. They buy up companies and then shut them down. And yeah, there's a lot wrong with them in my book. Now I have the intro stuck in my head. Goodbye, guys. Bye, Gamma Radio. Hope you managed to hear your questions get asked. And hopefully you came back to whatever. And if you came back to see what you missed, then bye. What's your favorite Toku Christmas episode? Favorite Toku Christmas holiday episode? Probably the Kaku Ranger one with the Santa Clauses. Let's see. Singing. Steven, do you prefer fan subs and Japanese Sentai discs? I don't care as long as the translation's accurate. I don't care which way they do it. I don't care if it's the original subs that were translated. I don't care if they're fan subs that they bought from a group. As long as they're accurately translated, I'm good with whatever. I have the Zet intro stuck. I've only watched the first season to Mandalorian. We have not watched the second season yet. We're waiting for the whole thing to be done before we do. Let's see. Are you playing a Maji Ranger review from Garrett G? Yep, I am 8 episodes into Maji Ranger. Hey, how are the Malaysian Sentai discs with English subs? I do not know because I have not bought them. From my understanding, they're just bootlegs. Danganronpa V4 just got released. That's cool. Do you think the mech anime genre and live-action Toku have a lot of creative and stylistic similarities? They can work well together, and they do have a lot of things that work that go hand in hand. Going to be taking a shower. Okay, bye again, Mike. As he's probably back since I read that. Okay. Jimmy again. What Toku anime season structure do you think is best? 2 course, 26 episodes, or 4 course, 50 episodes? I personally prefer the 26 episode format. I miss the days of when an anime was made to be a 26 episode series, and that was it. It was a one story, all told in that 26 episodes. No sequels, no sequel baiting, none of that crappy none of that baiting crap, and that all questions were answered by the end, unless it was a question that was not truly relevant to the overall story. But I miss the days of when things had set 26 episodes. That's it. 50 episodes is fine, but again, that should be it. No more. I hate this. Well, we're going to do 11 episodes now, and if those 11 episodes do well, we're not going to finish the story in these 11 episodes, but if it does well, we're going to do another season of 11, maybe 13 episodes, and if that does well, we're going to do another season. Just do it all in one go. All right. 84 episodes of Go Ranger. Is Kira Major still good to you? Kira Major has been kicking ass. We watched episodes 28 to 35 last night, and there was a lot of freaking story going on in those episodes, which it's been the most story I've seen in a Sentai series in a long time. Episode 13, Momo saves dog. Kami, when is your next review going to be? Tomorrow, hopefully. This weekend, I'll just say. Which Kamen Rider Amazon would you not mess with? That necrophilia loving kid. Some point, please talk about Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters! There. If you could remove one war in history, which one would it be? Probably World War II. It's the most tragic. All wars are tragic, but that's probably like the worst. Should Madoka be celebrated as a defining dark magical girl show when Utena and Princess Tutu came first? I'm all for Utena getting more exposure, so Utena all around, yes. Let's see. One Piece Stampede. Yes, that's what it is. Why was I thinking Strong World? Strong World was like the first of the new batch of movies. Yeah, I heard Tom Cruise had a pandemic attack, and I don't blame him. If people aren't doing the guidelines of social distancing, I would probably be pissed off too. I mean, we've got this restaurant down the street that they're not doing any social distancing stuff. So Colorado, there's supposed to be no indoor dining anymore for the moment. They're doing indoor dining. They're not doing social distancing. When you walk in there, it says, please seat yourself. They have the tables aren't separated or anything. It's bullshit that these people are getting away with having all this stuff that's against the rules. Well, all these restaurants that are good are following the rules. They're getting screwed over. Their staff's getting screwed over. But these dumbass shitheads are like, well, we're better than everyone else, so we're not going to follow the rules. And the thing is that restaurant got shut down for 2 weeks last month because they had a staff outbreak of COVID. So I don't blame Tom Cruise for getting pissed off. I'd be pissed off too. As you can see, I'm pissed off about that restaurant. They're the reason why restaurants that were following the rules are getting screwed over and going out of business. There are 10 restaurants that went out of business this year. So yes, I fully agree with Tom Cruise as a rant. One last Gundam question. Wonder why you dislike Gundam X? Is new. It's not just the dolphins that ruined it for me. I just found the show rather boring. I don't like the main character, Garou. I didn't like Garou at all. I hated him. I also thought his voice was poorly chosen. He sounds like some 40-year-old smoker rather than this, like, what was he, a 14, 15-year-old kid? So, yeah, if I ever buy X on Blu-ray, I'll give the show another chance. But I just did not like it at all. I just bored. Have you seen the 4Kids Ultraman Antigua dub? I saw the dub for like 5 minutes once and turned it off. That was good enough for me. Shin Godzilla dub sounds like an anime. That makes sense based on who's dubbed it. Gamma Radio, I'm back. Oh, cool. I'm hoping that you then heard me answer your questions stuff. I think I'm out. Oh, no. Oh God. There's a lot here I missed. Okay. Let's. Damn, Mike, you went crazy. Okay. Let's see. No, I'm not going to watch the 4Kids One Piece dub. Are your thoughts on Overlord so that you're enjoying it? Yeah, Overlord was fan-frickin-tastic. I didn't like the Lizardman arc from the second season. That was horrible. But everything else was freaking amazing. Loved it. I can't wait for season 4 now. God damn, was season 3 really good. Implying Berserk will end. Okay, let's see. Questions. One last Tomino question. Which version of Zero do you think is best? Okay, so which do you think is best? The full-length TV version or the movie compilation? I like the TV version better. I mean, I love the movie trilogy, and I think it's great, but I actually like the build-up in the TV version. For me, in the TV version, the big battle that occurs. Now I can't think of the big battle, but the battle scene. When they had the Rick Doms, the 3 Rick Doms appeared. The battle scene felt more like it built up more across several episodes. Battle of Odessa, I think that's what it was. Where in the movie, it was like this, they talked about it, and then it was like this 5-minute sequence, and that was it. Whereas, again, the TV series had to be a couple of episodes. So I felt like it was more epic. And then I liked when the episode when Garza's fiance goes out for revenge. I thought that was interesting compared to the movie where they just wrote her character off with her crying that Garza's dead. So there's a lot, I think. I can totally understand why Tomino loves the movie trilogy better, but I personally, I liked the TV series. I thought Makabe had a much better role in the TV versions. So I prefer the TV version. Both are great in their own right. But yeah, I like the TV cut. Okay, let's see. Let's go for some questions. Okay, I hate to do this to some of you. I know I like to answer all questions, but if I've already answered your questions, I think I'm going to skip a couple. Except this one. With how successful the remakes of Resident Evil 3 were, do you think we might see one of Code Veronica 2 at some point? I don't know. Apparently, they're working on a remake to Resident Evil 4 and not Code Veronica, so that's kind of interesting. I'm curious. I would actually love to see them kind of do like a reboot or like a redone thing where they just do games strictly in the remake universe for 2 and 3, and that the Resident Evil 4 remake is not a remake of the actual Leon story, but like a Resident Evil 4 that's going to conclude that whole chapter, the Umbrella stuff. So yeah, I'm kind of weird. Code Veronica might be cool because I did like it. I would rather like to see kind of more of a definitive ending to the Umbrella story. Favorite class in school for Mac Diaz? History and art. Those were my favorites. Which is why why my bachelor's degree was in fine arts, and I took a lot of art history classes. Did you draw that behind you? No. All these were one, except for like the picture with Stan Lee. All these were won at charity auctions, and the Ghost in the Shell one, which I got at Anime Expo. All these, and that was the Kickstarter. But the Cowboy Bebop, the Dragon Ball Z ones, the Psycho Pass, the Shin Godzilla, the Sailor Moon, the Speed Griffer, the Vampire Hunter D, the Frieza over there. Those were all purchased, won in charity auctions at various anime conventions. So, no, I didn't draw any of those at all. Walter Subchuk. I hope I said that right. Uh-oh. What is my battery at? Whoa, 6%. Okay. Do this. Now I've got about 10 minutes left before I need to go. Oh, not even 10 minutes. All right. So my food's done in about 5 minutes, so I've got to speed through this. Even more well, my phone battery's dying, gotta go later, kaiju. Bye, Darth. Cool. Clouds on the move. Kaiju's gone, let's party. Okay, at least I know I'm not too far behind where I'm. Advent is having Q Ranger PTSD. I totally agree. Do you think JMS run of Spider-Man is the last true run, considering one more day to not only erases the marriage? Yes. I hate one more day ruined Spider-Man for me. The only thing I do like post one more day is the Spider-Verse stuff. Favorite non-Final Fantasy JRPGs? Nocturne. Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne is my favorite non-Final Fantasy JRPG. Digital Devil Saga, which is Shin Megami. There's one more, and I'm drawing a blank. Ever since 2017, the internet has been going downhill. I agreed, but so is life. Steven, hey, should I save Gokaiger after I'm well experienced with every season before so I can appreciate it? It depends. I think Gokaiger works as a great introductory season because it shows people different teams. Yeah, there are little things that you would understand better if you saw the series, but I'd say watch it sooner rather than later. And then you can always rewatch it later when you have seen everything. I mean, I've just for the first time saw pretty much all. I watched Gokaiger, and I hadn't seen most of the 8 shows from before Live Man until long after Gokaiger. So, and I loved it just the same. Let's see. The grunts from Thundermask first appear in episode 16. That's cool. Good to know. Thanks, Ian. Kaiju never unsubscribe from him. You got me into Sentai. Thank you. Well, you and a couple other YouTubers as well got me wanting to see the comparisons between or the original series. Doctor Strange, are you emo? No. Emo's like fake goth. I know, I totally agree. I went to an orgy yesterday and there was no mask wearing or social distancing. Don't block me, Kami. I felt totally uncontrollable. That's an interesting typo. Let's see. Where did I go? I know wearing a mask is in a law, but some people are getting it confused. But just do it for other people. Even if you're not doing it for yourself, just do it for other people. Not let other people feel comfortable. Okay. Do you like social distancing guidelines? I've been living social distancing guidelines for years. Can we just stick to always the 6 feet away from me? Endless Waltz was good. Yeah, I kind of like Endless Waltz. Small world, buddy. Los Bichos do Axel. The Battle of Alboa Q. No, Alboa Q was the one in space with the other brother. The Rick Dawn, not the Rick Dawn. I'm talking about the one on Earth. I think it was Odessa, is the one I'm thinking of. What's your favorite hentai? I don't actually have a favorite hentai. Ooh, I think I'm caught up. Okay. Which is good because I'm about ready to go to have my dinner. What are your thoughts on Go Busters and Zyuohger? Go Busters had good ideas, had a good villain, hated the Buddy Roids, found the Ranger cast to be blander than bland, and the supporting cast to be falling asleep all the time or looked like they wanted to sleep all the time. Zyuohger had a strong Ranger cast, shitty ass villains, and did nothing, played everything safe, did nothing unique. Which Power Rangers season has the most original footage? I think RPM. Vatican Miracle Examiner? I don't know that one, Doctor Strange. Zombot 3, I have not seen Bible Black. Does Kami have to do with commies? No, it does not. Kami is Japanese for God. All right, so I am going to go so I can eat dinner. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all if you stuck around. And all of you have a good Christmas or whatever you celebrate, holiday, whatever it is. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, I'm hoping to have my Gridman anime review up tomorrow and my Christmas video out on Christmas Eve. I'm going to probably do a premiere for that. Not sure about Gridman tomorrow. And then, let's see. We'll have our Ultraman Z final video out this weekend. Corellica and I will probably record a Kira Major video in the next week or so. And I might do some random thing like just ranting on about my favorite adaptations of A Christmas Carol, some clipless like review, and then I'm going to do like a ranking of the movies I got to watch this year for 2020 movies that came out, because there's no point in doing a top 10 since there's not really a top 10 to do. So I will probably just do a like ranking. Okay, so my bottom of the barrel movie, worst movie of the year is such and such. And just go up until I get to my favorite movie. So thank you all. There weren't Kira Major's been like the best post Gokaiger season to me. Makdias, I'm hoping to do like a Q&A every month. Doctor Strange, enjoy Kwanzaa. And until next time, bye. Doesn't work when I have to click the end stream. End.